Alright then. I have tried and tried and tried again to try and get a successful Clairvoyant run going. But I've had no luck basically doing so. And I basically decided at this point that maybe the only way to basically do so is basically to turn down the difficulty. There is like a difficulty modifier system that basically goes up as you play it, but you can adjust if you want, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to throw it right down. Alright, so being very slow to load. Well, let's try again. I have been having trouble with the server recently, so whatever. Alright, we'll invite my friend. I'm basically already set up there to go. So what you can basically do is go over here to like the the thing here. And if you want, you can basically just like reduce this a little bit. So you can basically like, change it to like one of the lower modifiers instead of like having it all the way down at like, rank 14 down here, for example. And there we go. It's set to casual. Should be recording. I'll check it once we basically get in here. And yes, I am recording, so we're good to go.
Oh, good. See, Needless? You've taken your well-deserved rest, and not even a drop of the sea has shifted. I'd say you've earned more than just a break with that kind of resolve. But, as most things, that's up to the Inkbound to decide. Now, I won't be the one to tell you to push them for just a little more recognition, but, well, I won't be the one to tell you not to, either.
I have to say, he was like very hard to sort of like, please. Just because like, I kept killing the bosses so fast, but whatever. Alright, so. Note there's no modifiers because they're basically like in like the easy mode here. He should still take that, probably. Let's try and kill Nim in, like, a very quick succession, so to speak. Now, unlike the Clairvoyant isn't really, like, an offensive class, or even defensive class like the other ones, but it's basically more of a supporter. Kind of like the Weaver over there, but this guy's basically, like, primarily supportive. Alright, my main thing here is basically chill like the enemy at the end here. So while the unclaimed boon is nice, I want to basically get maybe like, you know, let's see here. Look at that. Charging telekinesis is pretty good for psionic charges. And increased range is also good. So the thing about like, you know, the Clairvoyant is that basically it's all about like, you know, these psionic charges. You basically build them up and then like use it to sort of like, you know, use your spirit bomb to basically do a whole lot of damage at once. Alright, so, this thing. He's doing that for a quest, by the way, so... Actually, I should probably be killing him because he's going to heal these guys, isn't he? But whatever. Yeah, the quest he's doing right now, by the way, is called... what was it, basically? This one right here, locating the quills. He has to thread, like, the needles, like, you know, 7 times. It's his locating the quills in Orza Inkbound. Alright, more damage is not bad. More magic damage is not bad either. Both of these are magic damage and this is like physical, so they're kind of like, you know, out of whack with each other, but whatever. More will's nice. But that'll get me more damage with magic. Poison's not bad for anyways to get for stacking. Now I will note that the Clairvoyant's a character that has movement issues, so quick is not bad to get, so maybe let's get that. We'll go up here to like the binding empowerment. Yeah, there's so many quests in this game, but whatever. You got Cone of Frost. That's not bad for the Weaver to get. Okay, let's see here. Shielding Aura's not that bad for, you know, boosting up my friend. Shielding Spirit Aura's not that bad either. But Blur is just awesome. Do I want to get blurred though? Let's get that one, I think. So there's increased range. That's not bad for basically making you able to hit a lot of stuff, so might do that. This also lets me get more, like, you know, damage off. And that's more damage, of course, as well. Yeah, it's pretty easy. It's like, you know, just spread the needles. That's it. Let's do that. Do a bit of this. I got American pass through me to get some damage and stuff, so should be doing that. There he goes. That's fine. By the way, this also has something called Hazard Aura, where basically enemies inside his field take some damage. It's not a whole lot of damage, but, you know, it helps contribute. Knock him out of the way. I know Boy Quick is not really for like these things, like cooldown wise, but it's just to, like, you know, let me move out of the way as needed, so that's basically how I'll be using it when needed. Just knock him out. There's something new, Seeking Slime. On defeating an enemy with Shatter, inflict Shatter on the nearest enemy. On defeating an enemy, smite the nearest enemy. That's pretty good for World Reserve. Shatter Statue. On defeating an enemy with Frostbite, inflict Shatter on the enemy nearest to you. So, if my friend basically was Frostbite people, that'll be like useful for that purpose. But I think this is probably better because I'm basically magic based, so we'll get that. Miser's Purse. Gain 10% more Quillings on the first turn. If you have 650 Quillings or more, gain 100 Omni damage until end of turn. So this will be useful a lot later. I'll take it. Alright, Jinx, Smoke Bomb, or Restoration. Jinx is probably the most powerful thing here. It's got a very long cooldown, but I can like inflict so much damage with it if I'm careful, so that could be very useful. We'll get Jinx, why not? And he wants to sacrifice something, so we can do that. Probably want to get rid of Outlaw Works. I mean, it's slowing me down, which will hurt me in the long run, so I don't care about this. Bit more magic damage. Two superior vaults. Big cooling cage might be worth it. Let's just go for more power. Getting our barrier potion. Currently got 0 drinks here, by the way, so we'll basically build it up to the heal stuff, so whatever. Let's just do that. Bring this up here. We already got 1 kill by the way, so that's going to slowly build up and do more damage as we go along. There's another kill. Let's kill off them. I'm tempted to use this, by the way, but, you know, we'll do it in, like, you know, this part right here, so it definitely reduces that a little bit. Can't really get that guy, unfortunately. Yeah, he's just too far away, so... We'll do that. Get a little shield. There we go. That'll work. Really shows how much easier casual mode basically is for us at this point, because, you know, we've been, like, you know, playing these other stuff, like, you know, on higher difficulty such a long time. Goodbye. I'm collecting an orb, gain magic damage from the bindings used. That's very useful for me. Not a bad thing to get. Though shielding aura is very nice. So that's basically a starting aura type of thing. If I basically have like my ally start in the aura, we get shield. I'm not sure I really care about the cooldowns on this like one. This is like a nuke, by the way, so I don't really use it that often. That's a very weak herb. I always just want shield, so let's get that. At least, you know. Actually, was that at all useful? I just realized something. Doesn't help me at all because this thing has no cooldown. So that's a waste. Oh well. Well, whatever. I probably should have re-rolled that, by the way, so, like, you know, I get something inside, like, you know, this one. Oh, I just realized something. This is like a physical binding, so I might be reducing the cooldown on quicken with this, so it's not entirely useless, but still kind of useless, nonetheless. Yeah, I got 2 of those. On defeating an enemy, gain 1 sonic charge. That's not bad. Again, don't really care about that. I can re-roll some as well. 2 stacks of vigor is not bad. More damage from Jinx is not bad. Let's get this. On turn end, if you have a full charge, Spirit Bomb gains 75 damage on its next use. Basically, like, charge up your thing to be even more damaging. Might be useful. This is also useful. On being hit, gain 1 will. After using both physical and natural, reduce cooldowns by 1. I'm going to take this. I'll take that, why not? More damage from Potent Pulse. Allies hit gain like the Omni damage, that's like not bad when I'm trying to do the, you know, if you're trying to, like, you know, you can basically try and buff up your allies, like, you know, with this, every time you use the Pulse. Let's get this. We're just going to go for his damage. I want to try and kill Nim, right? So, it's all about damaging Nim, not trying to, like, you know, do other stuff. There we go, nice bit of damage. 2 kills. Oh, he's taking like frostbite, you know, he's got frostbite him, so he's basically taking damage when we hit him. Which is useful. Save my quicken for now. Let's try and phase him as quickly as possible. I don't care about being hit, by the way. It's just about, like, you know, damaging Nim, so... There we go. Whoopsie, I didn't move out of the way. That's my bad. Just keep on damaging them. I want to keep those orbs, I think, so... Oopsie, forgot about this guy down here. Oh well, my friend's got the shield for it. Get this over here. Do a little bit of this. Okay, I need to get Jinx off, I think, at this point, so... There's the damage from that. We might get it. Alright, we killed him before he spawned 12 minions. Hooray, that's done. I missed my 100%, you know, restoration back too. Alright, so more damage from Dread. We get the heal aura. Mighty Pulse. We got extended range, full cost discount. Let's just up the nuke. That's cool. Super Spirit Bomb has like a, you know, massive, like, you know, artillery thing. What have I got for Clairvoyant for these, by the way? Let's see. Spirit Cannon's pretty powerful, but... Let's go for Super Spirit Bomb. We'll get that. It's funny having 60 HP, by the way, just like, you know, with nothing, but that's the thing about like the casual abilities that have more, you know, healing and stuff like that. More health.
Hello there. It's really too bad you're spending all this time looking for new aspects, Needless. Trying to find other people's powers when you just need to realize the power has been inside you all along.
Well, considering the Needless is in fact a Needless, I think they can use all the help they can get, Bin.
That is so rude, Nib.
At least wait until they're gone to insult them.
Don't you listen, Needless. You're special, no matter what anyone else says.
Yes, special enough to hear that a new aspect is waiting at the end of that derelict starship, ready to be of use.
There we go. There's the new star captain I've got to basically see.
You're special, Needless. Don't succumb to Nib's temptation of power. It is but a crutch designed by society to keep you down.
I wish society would decides something to keep you down.
Okay, what am I sacrificing here? I want to keep that for a little bit, I think. This is cool and all, but... Oh, I already got this up maximum. Never mind. Let's see here. I want to sacrifice that for sure. I'll sacrifice that. Honestly, he wants to do that. We can always do this in our time, by the way, so it's fine. Superior Vault, rare augments, let's go. I want my rare augments up as much as possible, so. Keep going for those. Alright, let's see here. Well, that's nice. I can use it twice now. Let's get over here. I forgot to get a healer or something like that in this guy yet. This is where I wish that you could actually see what ore space you thing have on the side, but whatever. And Crito! On critting, reduce cooldowns by 1 up to 2 times per turn. That's not bad. On your turn, army damage is 0, gain 1 will. Also not bad. On turn end, any remaining movement converts to magic damage till the end of turn. That's cool, but no, we'll get this. Get these. Now that's what I want for like my character, because I basically reduce like, you know, stuff. Let's get this. Look at that. Go to Sea Breach, I guess. I'll notice there's achievements in this game, and some of them require you not using, like, you know, stuff like this and stuff like that, but whatever. Whatever. We'll worry about that in our time. Through the sea, you peek upon 2 young and vaguely familiar binders, arguing over the best way to achieve the bind they have been tasked to perform. One for brevity, one for specificity. In front of them, the unfortunate target of their practice. Do you take a side in your argument? So, 1 random uncommon argument for 3 different bindings. 1 random rare argument, or 3 random uncommon arguments for a binding. So basically, you get, like, you know, rares or uncommons and stuff like that. Let's meet in the middle. So I got Grievous Pulse, gain a damage aura. On using any binding, deal magic damage to enemies in the air. Basically, it lets me do damage when, you know, we're using it on top of stuff. Let's go here. We'll get more rare augments, I guess. We're filling these up nice and fast, so I'll probably stop getting, like, you know, augments soon, but whatever. I haven't really been explaining what the Clairvoyant is basically all about, but basically the idea is, like, you use, like, this, like, you know, thing here to basically... The thing about this guy is like basically all about, like, you know, saying this, like, little sharp gloves around and do stuff and get, like, bonuses from it. Let's see here. So on the telekinesis, it's basically all about, like, you know, throwing your shard around and doing physical damage. When it basically passes through, you get, like, a little bit of shield, so you can tank if you want to. That's very nice. We'll send this right here. This one right here, basically Psychic Pulse. Basically lets you do a whole lot of damage on, like, a certain square. And if you can have, like, auras, you can have, like, you know, other stuff as well. Right now it's basically like this sort of, like, you know, extended range, so it basically has more range. Cost discount and damage aura. Damage aura lets me do damage when I basically, like, you know, do stuff basically on top of these guys. So moving this around, I'll basically, like, you know, deal, like, both damage from this as well as, like, you know, the damage aura from this. Each time I use this, I basically get myself a little bit of, like, you know, psionic charge, which is basically this thing over here. You get this up for free and you can use this like a nuke. Let's see here. I'm just going to jinx it, I think. Maybe. Possibly. Not that I get a little bit of shield for doing that, even though it's not really helping me, but whatever. It actually sets a hazard area, by the way, where, like, at any of a turn, it'll basically do some damage as well, so it has stuff on it. Get rid of the bats. Let's get over there. I will escape. My friend can tank the damage. He's also getting shielding, by the way, my friend, when he basically, like, you know, uses up his, like, freds and stuff like that. There we go, we pulled him close. Get that here. He's damaged just by the way, but whatever. Didn't save enough for this, unfortunately, so oh well. That's fine. Good time to use Jinx. We'll just do that right there. We're both up to level 99 at this point. So we got Astrokinesis or Psychokinesis. I've got neither. So move your shield heart globe, deal 100 damage, gain 1 shield. When the charge globe passes through you at full charge, deal more damage. So basically, let's let you do more damage at full charge. That's not bad. And we got this one over here, which is basically all about like healing yourself. Gain 1 center charge for each enemy your charge globe passes through. This is actually pretty nice as well, because it lets me use this to get my charge up instead of this. We'll get that one for now. You can get some auras like this, by the way. Hexing aura. So basically, like, you know, enemies in the aura inflicted with hex. That basically lets you, like, you hex your stuff at the, like, you know, end of turn, I think it is. So, more damage from me. With, like, these, like, you know, ones right here. And, like, Jinx as well. Guess we're sacrificing a Vestige. I could sacrifice this. I'm not really using cooldowns, right? So might be an idea. I'm not sacrificing this because basically I get, like, you know, lots of army damage basically from it, so let's get rid of that. Alright then. He's a little bit out of range, but well. Never mind. That's very nice. I probably should use this to actually get my stuff up, but whatever. See, I know this guy's hexed because I basically had, like, the aura on him. Nice thing about Weaver is they can do that, and it really helps out with the Clairvoyant because I basically hit all these guys like this. Let's just do that. Let my friend pull him in if he can. Like that.